Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3, gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 3, gang, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Get it. Let's go. I promise you, that's all you heard. People's like, man, what we gonna do with all this little bit of stuff? You know how many homies we got, son? That's all you heard. I was like, because it's quiet. Like, at breakfast, it's quiet. It's quiet. Dudes going to eat. Some dudes is not. Some dudes come back, lay it down, it's over with. Till we come back out. You know what I mean? So it's quiet and jump. Man, I heard a dude snapping in the back. I was like, my roommate was like, my roommate eyes got big. He was like, yeah. I was like, man, I went to the door. My door opens, everybody's door opens a different direction. The dude that's the first cell, his door opens towards nothing. He can't see nothing if his door, like, I'm just saying, like, you crack the door and you look out, his junk gonna look that the way, which is nothing. My junk opens up towards Browning themselves and peeing themselves, so I could see down the tier. So I'm like, I cracked the door, I was like, I seen one red team member just standing by P door. I'm like, man, jump crazy. Lady come in, lock down. Everybody lock down right now, lock down. So that's what they usually do anyway after breakfast. So I see Carl, I peek out, I see Carl come out, go to his jump. I guess P staying in the cell. Red team member dip down to his cell. So we lock down for that little grace period. We come back out. So when we come back out, it's like everybody's up now because of that confrontation. Everybody heard that jump. So everybody get up. You know what I mean? So everybody's up in the pod. Everybody's standing around. So you see P run downstairs. P went downstairs like bad dudes. That's all you see is that do-rag string coming down. P was like down the steps straight to the handicap cell. He go over there and start talking to them. You know what I mean, I look up. I seen the dude Carl finally come out of the cell. He come out of the cell. He was like, he looking simple in the face. He like, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, you hear, the lady said, stand by for child. Slide open up. Slide open up. You just seen the COO coming in. He was like, he came in the pod. I was like, I didn't even know this dude was working out building. He come in the jump. He was like, y'all don't stand by for outside rep. You got yard 3. He was like, y'all don't stand by for outside rep. Y'all don't stand by for outside rep. Get ready. And he posted up at the wall like this. He was like, he had his elbow on the wall. He was like, I'm looking around, you just see P back there with the red team looking super angry. He's looking super angry, man. But like everything that's going on, everything that y'all hearing me say, man, like this should be a lesson for all the young dudes that's joined these teams, man, that join the red team and blue team or the G's or whatever y'all joining. Like you're not an important person when you join that, man. The guy that's the leader is the important person. It's his call about how you should live. It's his call about how you should move, man. And like, it's not a good thing always joining this stuff, man. And like, I feel like bro is really regretting of being a guy that was joining this stuff, man. Like, cause now he's just looking at it like, man, like these dudes really don't care about him. They just want the pack. Now, I didn't know this was his feelings until he came back and hollered at me again. So he's standing there talking to his to the tub. So he's standing there at first. So Carl was just standing by his cell at first. Then he came down the steps nice and gradually. And he went and started talking to his uncle. So he talking to his uncle. I don't know what he was telling his uncle. But like, exit out for rec. Exit out for rec. So everybody start dipping out. So I look. I seen P dip out now. P, he was mad. He was mad at the whole situation that I found out later about. But at the same time, he do have tobacco right now. And like, somebody don't be having nothing. Like anything beats a blank, y'all. Anything beats a blank. So like, he shot us. So he dipped outside. You know why? Because he going out there to pump that backhoe. He about to go out there and show people that he got motion. That's what he going out there to do. Him and that prodigy do-rag. That's what he going to do, man. So he dip out. So the red team dip out with him. So when the red team dipped out, Carl talked to his uncle for a little minute. He talked to him for like 15 minutes. Talking to him so long, I was standing on the tier for like 5 minutes after they left. I was like, man, I'm going in the cell. So I went in the cell. So as I was in the cell, I heard a knock. I said, yo, I already knew it was him though, because everybody went out. I'm like, yo. He like, I'm like, yo. He opened the door. What's up, man? I was like, what happened, bro? He was like, man, see, them dudes ungrateful. See, that's how I know. That's why it ain't even worth risking my ump. It ain't even worth risking my ump, man. He was like, they ungrateful, man. They ungrateful, Weezy, man. I was like, what dude P say? He said, man, you heard what he said. He snapped out, man. He screamed on me and everything. He said, man, I was looking at him, man. Like, he lost his mind. This man gonna talk about this little bit of tobacco. He was like, man, anything be the blank, man. He said, what they don't understand is my uncle need this job. He said, you know how many kids my uncle got? That's how many kids he got. He was like, man, that man got 7 kids, man. He said 2 of them about to be adults at 18 soon. He said the rest of them is like 14, 13, 12, young. He was like, man, I got so many nieces and nephews, man, I haven't even really met from my uncle, man. I was like, man, that's crazy. So I was like, he really need this job. He was like, man, he really need this job. The whole time he was talking, I was still saying that he still need to bring the la-la, man. Like, you need to take care of them kids by bringing the la-la. Like, I know I was a psycho back there, y'all. Apologize, so boom. But at the same time, I was hearing him out, though. I was hearing him out, man. I was hearing him out. He just was venting. He was like, man, see, that's how I know them dudes, man, ain't rocking with me. I was like, but saying, though, like, you gave him all the tobacco. He said, man, I gave him all of it, man. He said, man, Weezy, I don't need it. He said, I don't need it, man. I don't need it, man. He's like, man, listen, all I want to do is just go to the crib, bro. That's all I want to do. So I'm like, man, that's crazy. I said, what your uncle say? He said, man, my uncle was just like, man, be careful. You know what I mean? He was like, I ain't telling him all the details, you know what I mean? He's like, my uncle just told me be careful though, man, because dudes be getting jealous, you know what I mean? My uncle just was like, man, he gave him that just because he know the dudes probably want him to do something because this is his uncle. I would say, bro, that goes back to not telling nobody that's your goddamn uncle, bro. He was like, man, you was right. He said, yeah, you was right, man. But he was like, but for real though, man, like I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. He was like, because he was like, man, if he'll bring this amount of tobacco, then he could bring a couple of ounces of la-la in here. And I said in my head, though, if he could have read my brain was saying this when he said that, ding, 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 ding. He's correct, Carl, so boom. If he could bring a little bit of that stuff in, he definitely can. Now, technically, he didn't even bring the tobacco in. You know what I mean? He gave him the money. So I'm just saying, like, this, like, I didn't know how this was gonna play out. It was just a crazy situation. I've been in crazy situations. This was one of them right here, because this, you know, hearing this aspect of, you know, like, this is his uncle and the red team trying to got the pressure on him, and like, he didn't really know what to do. He felt like his back is against the wall. So he kind of in a situation where he really don't know what to do. And now the red team is saying that since he can do this, he can bring the la-la in now too. So I'm like, man, that's crazy right there. So I'm like, what you gonna do now about that? He was like, man, I ain't even holler at Unc, man, because I know Unc ain't got no more money for me. You know what I mean? He was like, but like, I don't know what I'm gonna tell him, man. I'm just hoping that tobacco, man, don't run out so fast, man. I was like, bro, it ain't up with 4 cups. I said, it's about 8, 9 of y'all, bro. So I said, 1 cup already gone. That's just off the love. All roll-ups to the homies, all of that. And I said, 3 more cups left. I said, now, what he choose to do with that is what he choose to do with that, which is gonna be probably selling it for commissary in the pot. I said, at the end of the day, that joint ain't gonna last long, bro. He was like, man, I know, man. He was like, no, man. He was like, man, for real though, man, I'm ready to just say, man, forget it, man. I'm ready to say, forget it, Weezy, man. Like, I ain't doing nothing else no more. Like, cause at the end of the day, bro, like, they my homies and all. Like, you know what I mean? But like, am I wrong though, Weezy, man, for feeling like that though? Cause I was like, he was all over the place. You know what I mean? But like, you know, you put yourself in predicaments when you join up to an organization that you was just joining for sport. You know what I mean? Like, you put yourself in a predicament like this because now that you're in this organization, you are obligated to pick them up off the floor, y'all. So boom. And if I was P, yeah, you gonna bring this work in, bro. You and your uncle. Your uncle gonna make it happen. That's how I would be, man. Real talk. Now, I couldn't just be that harsh with him because I wasn't in P's shoes. But if I was in P's shoes, this definitely would have been the same situation. You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm playing the role. And I ain't got nothing to do with it like that. And that's just what it is. I got my little cup game, my little 2 cups about to play. That's just what it is, man. So he like, man, look. That's what I'm saying though, Weezy, man. I'm gonna holler at him one more time because he's like, man, my uncle, man, he love me, man. He give me anything. He just can't risk himself. He was like, I'm gonna holler at him one more time, man. I was like, holler at him for what? He was like, man, I'm gonna try to see if I can get $200. I was like, $200? He was like, yeah. He was like, look, if I get $200, you think you'll be able to find some la-la? I'm like, shh. I was like, bro, for $200, you looking at probably like freaking 16 spoons though, bro. You know what I mean? Like, dudes giving up 8 for 100, 16 for the deuce. He was like, I mean, bro, I'm just gonna pour it all in one and put it in a bag and be like, this is what he brought me. What do you think it's gonna look like? You think it's gonna be about a quarter? I said, it'd probably be about a quarter. I said, yeah, it'd probably be about a quarter, man. He was like, man, that's all I got, man. I ain't got nothing else. I ain't doing none of that, bro. Like, I'm just done, Weezy, man. Like, they want to kick me out the car, bro, and so be it. So when I go on the street, bro, I'll link back up with the dudes I met on Sussex, bro, and let them know what happened, bro, because I ain't being extorted, bro. I'm just doing this one last time, and they gonna have to be happy about this, man. I was like, bro, listen, bro, if they don't be happy about this, bro, I don't know what to tell you, my guy. So boom, the whole time in the cut thinking like this in my head. Yeah, get the $200 because you're gonna let me drive the car. Yes, 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 yes. Tiger Woods. That's how I was feeling. So I had to keep my composure because I didn't want to, I didn't want to let them know I'm a maniac. But like, stuff like this comes to the great ones. I'm one of the great ones in penitentiary, y'all. I touched that pack a lot, man. If dudes was in there feeling it, I was able to sell it, y'all. Hash, la, anything, man. It's me. That's me, man. I was feeling like Mitch on Paid in Full. I'm being honest with y'all, man, because opportunities like this come to the great ones, man. I didn't have to lift a finger, and this man is bringing me money to go score. So I'm hoping his uncle come through for him. That's the only thing I can think of, man. So he dipped out after me and him had that conversation. He already had his plan. He was saying that was his last play. He didn't have nothing else, which was stupid because the red team is never going to be satisfied. Now, I didn't want to tell him that because I was too busy thinking about him getting that $200. I needed him to get that $200 because I already know I can get Emmitt Smith game from my homeboy on the other side. My homeboy on the other side got all the la-la. He got all the la-la. Not the loud pack at this time. This is still mid game. He got all that stuff over there. I already know he going to throw me the Emmitt Smith game, y'all. So boom. 22 for that 200. Thank you. Nuts. He definitely is. 22. I need 22. I'm going to throw bro 16. What I get, y'all, I walk away with the 6 clip, y'all. I walk away with the 6 clip. I'm going to be feeling like this when I make that play. That's how I'm going to be feeling. I'm going to be feeling good because I done walked away with a free 6 spoons. I can get la-la. I can score it every now and then. But, like, when it comes to the middleman in game, man, like, that proves that you're one of the great ones, man. But, like, somebody like, man, I trust Weezy, man. Get the numbers to Weezy, man. Weezy will get us right. I used to love when dudes do that. Because I'm already like, yeah, come on, give the numbers to Weezy. If you're not really like my guy, then you out back. You know what I mean? You out back. I'm going to make a move. I'm going to score in 31, go in 31, go to my man and say, I can't be telling y'all all my secrets, though, man. I'm just being, super honest with y'all, man, that I wasn't a saint in that penitentiary, man. But I would do things like this. I would go to 31 pod, make the play, go in my man cell, get myself together. Then I'll bring the work back, man. You gotta pay your toll. How many times I gotta tell y'all that, man? So boom. So I was just hoping he'd make this play. Let's get back to that. So he left out. I'm feeling good. I shoot the kite again. I shoot the kite to my man because I already know he's gonna make this happen. Usually when he has a plan already set, when it comes to on some coward stuff, like he's trying to protect himself, he's gonna make that play. So I already like me get ahead of the game. Let me shoot my man the kite and let my man know the count. So I wrote my man the kite. Yo, bro, I got $200 cash because I know it's gonna be cash again. What you gonna do for me, bro? I'm guessing 22. Now, if you can do 22, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Send that. So I just wrote the kite and I laid on the kite. And I was like, I ain't gonna be able to get the kite out till later. So I get a kite up, you know what I mean? So I guess the COO about to get off, you know what I mean? COO about to get off. So he hollered at him. He was talking to him again, acting like he usually do, talking to his uncle. When they record came back, I looked at P and them looked like they was on top of the world, you know what I mean? Like they didn't have what they wanted, but they had a little bit now. Was that gonna keep them satisfied? I didn't think it was, man, but they still feeling like they on cloud 9 because they got a little bit of tobacco. So they come back in happy, the little crew, everybody happy. They seen Carl, they was talking to Carl. Carl was like, he was faking it. Like he's laughing and smiling around them, but the whole time he hate all their guts. He hate every last one of their guts, man, because he know they was just using them, man. He knew that, man. So he's standing around like he just playing it off and all that, you know what I mean? So after he leave for them, he looked at me and gave me the look like, he was like, you got it. He was like, so they called child, we leave out. You know what I mean? I made sure I shot the kite to my man. My man weighed 80 building, you know what I mean, on the other side of the yard. But I told my man, holler at the dude in the honor pod that work in the gym, you know what I mean? So I be having plays so set up for I could just do what I have to do, man. It'd be crazy. But it's a gym worker that works every building, you know what I mean? Regardless if he's in my pod or another pod. But he has access to the other side of the yard because it's other gym workers on the other side of the yard. So he sees those guys. So if you got a play set up or you try to make a play, you got to go through the gym workers when it comes to the late night game. You know what I mean? Because, some of them going to be honorable, but he might take his toll fee too. I don't know. Everybody takes a toll fee, y'all. So boom, I'm taking a toll. The gym man taking a toll. Ain't no telling the dude in 80 building that my man in 80 building, who knows if that's his la-la. He probably taking the toll, goddammit. Everybody taking the toll, man. Should just go down the ladder, man. Everybody get their piece. So I put in the kite, I gotta holler at the gym worker dude. So like, it was a different situation because people will definitely move real drastically, man, for $200 cash. That don't sound like it's a whole bunch of bread, but dudes will definitely move drastically for the jump, man. So I guess because the kite said it was $200 cash, all that. So next thing I know, somebody say, Weezy, gym worker calling you. So I'm like, I go to the door. I'm like, what's up? He was like, hey, look. He was like, you talking about man? He was like, look, your man at the door. Now the door of the gym is closer to 30 building. You know what I mean? Like when we have the gym, we can step outside our building and we can look down the sidewalk slightly and see the gym door. And usually be people right there, but I can't get out the door and goes, I couldn't go do all that. My man was like, yo, he at the door. He said, look, do you got the money? He was like, he want that joint. Do you got the money? I said, yeah, what he say? I said, ask him what he gonna do for me. He said, he said he gonna give you 24. I was like, he gonna give me the 24 ball. I was like, I bet. I said, look though. I try to keep my composure. You know what I mean? I wanted to look back to see who was watching me, but I even caught myself when I did this. I did it quick. I was like, bet. I closed that fast. I was like, hey, look around. I was like, hey, look, bro. When you come back though, bro, I said, look, don't come back till you come back from work. And then call my roommate. I said, his name is such and such. Call him to the door and give it to him. He was like, he looked like he wanted to tell me this. You a low down, dirty, rotten, crazy vato. But I like that though. Because I was looking at him and he was saying in his head, like, I appreciate you giving me this extra time to pinch these spoons. I like that though. I like that. Both of us were psychos, y'all. So boom. But paying a toll is something that comes with being in penitentiary and on the street. Like this is what goes down. So what could I do about it, man? He know he can't pitch them Jones drastically. He probably can pitch him a feezy out of each one of them. That's if he was gonna do that. I didn't know. I'm just telling you how people get down and joint. So he was like, yeah, all right. I call your roommate. He was like, where the money at? I was like, hold on, give me a minute. I said, come back in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So I go back upstairs. I stand up there. I'm looking at the dude car. I'm trying to get his attention. Like, come on, bro. Like, the play right now. You know what I mean? So I'm looking. He like, I was like, man, I had to go downstairs. So he's standing back there with the dudes. So I start walking laps. Like, you know what I mean? When I got by him, he was like, oh, excuse me, y'all. He walked in. He was like, what's up, Weezy? Like, he played it off. He was like, what's up? I was like, you got it? He was like, right here. I put it in my top pocket. Now, I was rocking my blue shirt with the buttons with no shirt under the jacket. You know what I mean? Sometimes I get like that at night. That joint was like a night shirt. You hear me? That's my word. I'm rocking that joint. He put it in my pocket. I was like, all right. I was like, oh, I'm about to make the play now. He was like, all right. He threw like a little combo. I was like, bro, back up, bro. What's up, nigga? You think I'm soft or something? Nigga, I'm messing with him, though. He like, hey, go ahead, Weezy, man. I was like, I'm hollering at you. I dip. I go to the door. You know what I mean? I told dude, yo, call the gym worker. Because it was a barber out there. So the barber was like, yo, the door's still open. Call the dude. So dude come back. When he come back, I already had dropped the jump. He had it folded real nice and tight. I could tell it was more than the 100 from the last time because it felt a little thicker. Pause. But I got it in my hand. I'm like, as he about to come in the door, I just dropped it. Wasn't nobody paying that no attention. When he came to jump, I was like, I kicked it right out in the door, y'all. So boom. He get the money. He take the money. You know what I mean? So I'm chilling. Probably about 45 minutes later, I hear somebody call my roommate. Hey! They call his name. Hey, yo! My roommate over that jump playing chess. He get up. Dude was like, he go to the door. He put his ear to the door. Next thing you know, the slide open up. My roommate step out. So I guess dude told him step out. He ain't want to slide on the door or nothing. So my roommate stepped out. You know what I mean? Roommate come right back in though. He come right back in. My roommate come up the steps like this. I said, oh shit, that's the sack, right? He was like, he get up the steps, he go straight to the cell. I go in there right behind him. Like, what's up? He was like, here, man. He was like, your ass crazy. I was like, man, go ahead with that shit. Man. He was like, you stay making plays, nigga. I was like, nigga, my middle name is Play. God, he dropped that shit. I was like, oh shit. I was like, that shit stink. I went to the lamp. Put some oil on that lamp, that good Muslim oil game. I put some of that prayer oil on that jank. Nice on that lamp game. That junk start, you know what I mean? I was like, look, I ain't messing with it tonight. I was like, I'm waiting till late night to mess with that. You know what I mean? I'm waiting till late night. I made sure I secured the joint, you know what I mean? So I came back out. You know what I mean? Carl ain't say nothing to me no more that night, you know what I mean? We locked down for the rest of the night. That's when I went in the lab. I looked, bro sent me 24 spoons. He sent me 24 spoons, but this how I know the gym worker pinched me because my man had the joints taped. He used commissary paper, the bubble sheets joint. So they was like he had the way he had them folded and taped. It looked like when you playing football. Y'all remember the game we used to play in school when we was in the class and you gotta pluck the joint, you gotta make the field goal. It was shaped, that's how his spoons were shaped. The weed is in the la-la is in the paper, but he had tape on them, you know what I mean? Like clear tape. So I'm looking at him, I'm looking at each one. I'm like, that's decent. Put that to the side, that's decent. Yeah, that's decent right there too. And I got the one, the tape was kind of raggedy. I just thought to myself, like, he's a low down, dirty, crazy vato. But I like that though. I was like, then I got to another one. I was like, man, he ain't even closed the tape. And I was like, you can see the little piece pinched on the corner. Like he made sure he got him a J. So I was like, man, it's all good. So I looked at all them joints. Everything was straight. So I was like, bro, don't get nothing but 16. My man was like, for real? I was like, bro, he don't get nothing but 6. He's like, so you get almost 10 spoons for free. I was like, bro, listen, that's the price of being a middleman. I said, bro, when you a good middleman like me, I said, man, God always throw you a gift, man. So boom, what you talking about, man? I wrapped bro 16 up, bang. I was gonna show him. I was like, man, let me see how this junk look. Cause for real, I was like, I could have went even more crazy because the spoon still was decent even after the pinch. But I was like, let me see how this junk gonna look. And my roommate was like, what you gotta do? I was like, man, help me dump all these junks out. I'm just gonna dump them all out. So they don't look right. We gonna make the spoon look that right. You know what I mean? So we just dump them all out. We dumped them all out. When we put it in the bag was probably like this. It wasn't really no crazy heavyweight looking type joint. But like this, you know what I mean? So I tied it real tight, fluffed it a little bit. You know what I mean? I was like, man, they just gonna have to be happy with this, man. So the next morning came. When the next morning came, went to breakfast, same routine. I seen bro, called him down there when he came. I slid him the junks. He was like, oh, this is a junk. Like, yeah. He was like, that's good too. He said, because they just see me out there hollering at my uncle. I said, your uncle here again? He was like, yeah, he out there. I was like, all right. So he dipped off. When he dip off, he goes straight to P sale. You know what I mean? He goes straight to P sale. I guess he woke P up because P didn't go to breakfast. So he in there talking to P. So I didn't hear nothing. He didn't snap or nothing. I guess that la shut you up. So he ain't snap or nothing. So when we come back out after the breakfast joint, everybody out in the pod. So I looked, the dude P was standing back there by the handicap where he always be at with his other homies. And I looked and I seen Carl coming down the steps. They like, yo, Carl, come here, homie. Came over there, jumped. You know what I mean? He walked over there. I don't know what he said, but all I heard was Carl, man, come on, man. Look, man, y'all, man, now y'all just being ungrateful, man. Now y'all just being ungrateful, man. Like, come on, man. What's up, man? What you trying to do, man? Come on, man. You just being ungrateful, man. P was like, man, look, man, you gonna come through for blood. If you don't come through for blood, then your ass ain't blood no more, goddammit. Like, I was looking at P like, this man just came through for blood. He got the tobacco, and he just got y'all a quarter of weed for free. He don't want none of this shit. I'm like, man, this shit out of control, man. I was like, man, his uncle tried to save him. And goddamn, Carl tried to save them, man. But niggas ain't never happy, y'all. So boom. Niggas is never happy, man. Niggas is never happy because you would think that nigga P will be satisfied with this shit, man. So him and P had little words. He was like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Y'all niggas ain't nothing, man. I'll be some dudes trying to talk to him. Dudes trying to talk to P. P was like, nah, don't talk to him. Don't talk to him, son. Nah, y'all ain't gotta talk to him, son. Y'all ain't gotta say nothing to him. Don't go say nothing to him. You know what I mean? P was like, yeah. The dude Carl was like, all right, man, y'all just trying to use a nigga, man. Y'all don't give a fuck, man. Nigga trying to go home. Y'all don't give a fuck about none of that shit, nigga. That nigga P was like, nigga, fuck home, nigga. Nigga, it's about blood, nigga. That's all that matters, nigga. I was like, glad I ain't joined a gang, y'all. So boom. Shit like this be happening, man. Shit like this is this dumb shit. Shit like this is some dumb shit, but nevertheless, they have Lala. They call outside rec. Y'all already know all the red team went in. Red team went outside to slang and bang. Y'all already know that they went outside. So they outside. I'm standing on the joint. I looked at Carl. I was like, he was like, came up the steps. He was like, man, these niggas ain't shit, man. He was like, man, guess what this nigga just asked me to do, man? Asked my uncle, man. I was like, what? He was like, man, this nigga told me, man, tell my uncle bring a cell phone in tomorrow. I was like, oh. I was like, yo, bro, that might be the only thing that a couple of $100 or $100 that he give you ain't gonna be able to buy. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I said, he gonna have to go into his kid's savings account to buy one of them joints if he gonna do that for you, bro. I said, but look, I can do that for you too. I was already saying in my head, yeah, bro, they cost $700. The whole time I can get a jack for $5, y'all, so boom. I know y'all like, man, Weezy a maniac, man. You gotta pay your toll, man. That's how I go, man. You gotta pay your toll, man. I'll be honest with y'all, man. So I was rooting on the play, but I already knew that was a no-go. He was like, man, I ain't gonna be able to get that, man. My uncle ain't giving me no $800 reason, man. He was like, he ain't even want to do the $200, man. I told him, man, I needed it bad. And my uncle just always got money on him, man. He was like, nigga, don't spend no money. I was like, so what you gonna do, bro? He was like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I was like, shh. I don't know what you gonna do either, bro. Like, you know what I mean? This shit's stupid as a bitch. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, shh. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I was really out of advice. I ain't know what to tell him, man, because, like, they went for the tobacco first. They got that. He gave him $100 to get that. Then they came with the Lala. He gave him $200 to get that. Now this man said, tell him to bring a cell phone tomorrow. I don't know how he was going to complete that, man. I promise you, man. Lawrenceville used to be funny and crazy. I'm letting y'all know. I was like, I don't know how he's going to complete that. I don't know how that mission is going to get completed, man. But this is what the dude P and them said they want. You know what I mean? So they got outside the whole time. The whole time he was outside, I seen COO come in. I seen Carl go downstairs and start talking to him. So he having a conversation. I'm like, maybe he is trying to convince him to bring that stuff in, you know what I mean? To bring the phone in. That's what I'm thinking. So he talking to him. The whole time I'm in my cell looking out the cut, looking at them. I look at COO like, I ain't even have to hear what he was saying. I just seen him go like this. Basically like, hell no, so boom. He ain't going for that shit, man. Nigga ain't bringing all that shit in there, man. You know what I mean? He better off fucking sneaking a phone in, goddamn it, before you get a nigga $800 to go buy one. That's what I would do if I was an I'm like, man, I'm about to go buy your ass a cheap ass phone from Walmart, bring the bitch in myself, man. Fuck it. Before I pay $800 man. Like, I didn't know how this was gonna work out. All I know is the dude called, started looking nervous because the COM was like he had to go back out in the front because Rhett was about to come back. So when Rhett came back, everybody come back in, you know what I mean? So they out there jump. Everybody come back in, you see P and them, you know what I mean? They got the feezies for sale. There won't nobody in the pod with Lala. That's my word. Now they got the feezies for sale. They got a decent amount of spoons, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure P was able to look out for his little crew. Again, Carl didn't want nothing, man, but like they running around looking like they straight. So as soon as P had finished slanging and banging, he pulled right up on Carl. And Carl was standing by where I was standing at because we was on standby for child, so we all was like right there. P pulled up, he was like this, fixing his do-rag. He was like, hey, yo, what's up, homie? You holler at him? You holler at him yet, homie? He was fixing that little prodigy knot. He was like, you holler at him yet, homie? What's the word? Carl was like, he ain't gonna do that, man. He ain't gonna do it, man. He was like, oh, he ain't gonna do it? You sure about that? I was like, all right. But he was like, yo, look, tell him I wanna holler at him, man. Tell him I wanna holler at him, man. When we come back, man, for child, man. Can you do that? Carl was like, holler at him about what? He was like, man, look, tell him I need to holler at him, man. Do that, nigga. Fuck, nigga. Don't forget you under me. Do what I tell you to do. I was like, damn, like, that's the type of shit you go through when you're a part of the member. That nigga said, do what I tell you to do. That shit sounded crazy as a bitch. So Carl was just sitting there looking stupid, like, he had the face like, man, I should have fucking joined this shit, man. Fuck. He was looking dumb as a motherfucker. Ladies, exit out. We leave out. You know what I mean? Everybody leave out with shit. Goddamn, we come back. After we come back, look up, I seen COO in our fucking pod. I'm like, damn, he really went and got his ump. So I looked up and seen P coming over there. Like, as I would come back in the door, P was walking over there. So I go up the steps and go to the top 10, get a bird's eye view. I'm like this. Goddamn, that nigga, goddamn, P basically like, all you see is that little side string, that prodigy string, that shit just moving. That jump like, that shit moving in the wind. And he just talking like, you know what I mean? Like COO was like, so you seen P like, that nigga COO was like, nigga ain't say shit. Goddamn, next thing you know, COO was leaving out. The COO left out. You heard the nigga P was like, yo, this shit on you, son. This shit on you, son. Nigga Carl was like, how's on me? I done came through for niggas. What the fuck? I can't make that nigga do nothing he don't want to do. Like, man, fuck that shit. Yes, you can. Because that nigga bringing that shit, man. It's on you, nigga. You talking all this, you go home with shit, nigga. Fuck that, nigga. Fuck that shit. I'm just hearing another man talk to another man like this, man. It was wild. You know what I mean? So, COO leave. Nothing happened. We locked down for count. We come back out for count. I look. Niggas calling Carl downstairs to the handicap. That shit looked like he was back down getting called to the hell in the cell on wrestling, goddammit. That's what it looked like. They was letting him in the cage, goddammit. You know, when it was a 24, everybody. That's what it looked like he was going into, man. That nigga walked in that motherfucker. And that's how it went, exactly like this. I seen him coming down the steps. I'm looking down. He walked straight down to the handicap. As soon as he went in the handicap, all you heard was... I looked, P squeezed about that bitch. P was like... See the prodigy scream like this. He was like, he was watching that shit. She was like, that's all you hear was a nigga get his ass whooped with that bitch. I was like, shit crazy. Everybody walking up like, fuck, they beating the nigga up for. I'm like, long story. long goddamn story. And they're walking the dogs on his dumb ass. They beating his ass. That's my word. Goddamn, they beat him up. People like, Pete start the shit. Goddamn, nigga like, man, get your fucking ass out of here. They kicked the nigga out the cell. I'm thinking the nigga about to walk back to his cell. That nigga come out the jump, shirt ripped, he bleeding. I look at Carl, I'm like, just watching, he come out, he like, nigga walk to the front, and nigga hit the button. The lady let him out. And nigga went out in the hallway. And nigga goddamn was out there for a second. Nigga was like, yo, he out in the hallway. So the red team run to the door like, man, I know this nigga ain't gonna do that shit. That nigga a bitch. That nigga a bitch, man. I told y'all that nigga was a bitch. That nigga at the door, everybody at the door, the red team, everybody at the door. Goddamn. That nigga was drunk. Next nigga was like, yo. So I guess somebody was on the hallway. Nigga was like, yo, where Carl go? He out there. Nigga was like, oh, he left. It was like, he left? Where the fuck he go? They was like, oh, they walked down the sidewalk. It's my word. Nobody knew where he went at. That nigga goddamn dipped. Next thing you know, 10 minutes later, it was exactly 10 minutes later. Next thing you know, police coming in that motherfucker deep as a bitch. COO is one of them. They come in that motherfucker. Them niggas went straight to the handicap cell. Goddamn it. Next thing you know, locked down. Everybody locked down. Locked this motherfucker down. They locked the whole shit down. Man, it's my word. We behind the door. We behind the door. I'm looking at the shit, man. Them niggas went straight to the handicap cell. Handcuffed the little young boy. Got him out the joint. Of course, they want his roommate in a wheelchair. They get him. Handcuff him. He's sitting out there. Then they leave from there. Go right up the steps to P cell. Handcuffed his ass. They got P ass sitting next to the young boy, handcuffed like this. That's all you see is that goddamn Prodigy string like this. That shit just bouncing. He like, this word is shaking down P cell. Next thing you know, he had the CO say, bingo! Nigga come out. Who John is this? P was like, yo, that's me. That's me. He was like, all right. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, they leave. They go hit the other red team member, say, boom, they was roommates. They get them two niggas. So it's them two, the little young boy in the handicap, and Pete. So well, they didn't get everybody, but they got majority of them. They grabbed them, took them out, went to the Bing. Took them out, went to the Bing, man. This is my word, man. Niggas went to the Bing, man. P never came out. A couple of the red team members came out, man, but it was wild because the word that came back that the nigga goddamn called told on them niggas, man. His uncle, he told his uncle, and his uncle laid the fucking whoop down, man. Said his uncle came in that bitch and got, his uncle was the one that found the work and all type of shit, man. Like, that shit was so spooky watching that shit, man. The man told, like, but what should he have done? He should have took his ass whooping because all this was his fault. That's what I think. But at the end of the day, he probably told his uncle, and I think his uncle was the one that reacted the way he did. You know what I mean? On some protecting his nephew shit. All right, you go to the hole. I got this. And his uncle probably did what the fuck he did, and that's being a cop. You know what I mean? So like I say, the other niggas that came out, but P didn't come out because P got caught with that work. So that shit was just fucked up, man. And of course, the nigga Carl never came but fuck back out the hole. We never seen that nigga again. Now, I don't know where the fuck. He must have went somewhere else close by, or I don't know where the fuck, but we never seen him again. COO went back to the other side of the yard after that, and I didn't see him again until I got kicked off 30 building and went back to 60, and I seen that he was still over there, man. I always wanted to ask him what the fuck was going on with his nephew, but I just kindly mind my business due to all that tap dancing I was doing on that package. You know what I mean? So I just let the shit go, y'all. But that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, though, y'all. Man, I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all already know y'all need to stay y'all ass out the way, man. Your family needs you, man. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was the weekend banger. So what I did y'all do? Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, y'all. And stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.